welcome to another episode of Don Allphin on Fishing. You know, the springtime is a wonderful, wonderful time to catch fish, and if you remember a couple of years back, I put out a video on glide baits and how to catch fish on the surface when you know that they're coming up in the shallows. This is a beautiful, beautiful rainbow edition of one of my glide baits that is made by River2Sea. It's the 200 series, and this happens to be a rainbow trout. But for the last month and a half or so, I have been fishing all types of glide baits. I've been doing some very, well, it's hard to say very unique, but unique things by being able to cast and then learn how to extend my cast up to 150 feet. I've used so many different baits and so many different techniques. This happens to be one bait that I've used that is just beat to a pulp, and has caught so many fish. So I've caught almost more fish than I can count in the last little while. And hopefully today I'll be able to show you some of those clips of catching some fish on glide baits and teaching you that you do not have to have downriggers all the time to be able to catch big lake trout, that you can target them in the shallows, and that you can use these wonderful glide baits and other topwater baits to catch these fish. Oh, that's a dandy. Look at him go. Now he knows he's hooked. Oh man, he's a pulling. I'm guessing he's about 15 pounds. I don't know for sure, but boy, I sure love throwing this glide bait. This is so much fun. Wow. This is so doggone much fun to get some of these big ones on. So he might be getting a little bit closer to being ready. Oh man, there he is. There he goes. There we go. Now that is a dandy lake trout. Well, there he is. Just weighed him. That fish right there is 18 pounds. Came on that nice glide bait that I throw an S-Waver, and what a fine, fine, fine fish. Boy, second or third cast, I got a nice one on. I don't know what it is. Doesn't feel like it's a huge lake trout, but it's a good one. He's just playing with me down there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's this is kind of fun. Here we go. It's a fun kind of fish, and to get him to come up and take the old bait is great. Well, this is a little bit smaller fish, but it's a dandy. I love them. I love them. There he goes. Nice fish. Good fish there. I'll get him taken care of here. Came on the white. That's fantastic. There's another one. Just barely got oh man, I don't know what size this one is, but it's a dandy. I can't even move it. Can't even move it yet. I think all these right here have been smaller fish today. But oh, they're fun to catch. Oh my gosh, are they fun. These have been so fun to catch on the glide bait. That's the thing that's so amazing. And I've got a unique way of doing this. I'm letting the bait go out 110 feet, and then I start twitching it back. And so it's like an extended cast. So I can take two lines, put them out, and then bring one in, and then turn around and bring the other one in. Now the only challenge that represents is that I sometimes can get the second rod kind of messed up, or the second line messed up if my fish gets wild. But boy, what a way to fish to extend how I fish the long line, or not the long liner, but the glide bait. Now this one is, oh yeah, here's another, well, he's just another smaller one, but who cares? That's great. It's a good fish. There you go. There you go. There he is, coming up. Beautiful fish, yeah, Don. That's a dandy fish.
There he is. 3 feet.
It's all right. Just
nose him up right.
Yeah, just let him. Just take your time. Take your time with him. Oh, look at that one, Don.
Like about a 10.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I take this closer to. No, it's a little bit bigger. We'll take it. We'll take it. Just be careful with it right there. It's not steady, so we got to get it done safe. Set it, reset it. Okay, there we go. That's 1140, 1150, 1166.
Okay.
It's 1166. See it?
Yep.
Okay. So that's a good, just under 12 pounds. Basically, I'll come into an area where I know there are fish, and I'll let out my line anywhere from, gosh, I've done it as much as 200 feet, but probably 125 feet would be the average. And I just go ahead on either my trolling motor or my big motor, and I'll put out two lines. Both of them have glide baits on. I just had a little bit of a tug there, so had to check. Oh, there's another one. See, I've got fish swirling on that right now. They just haven't hit it hard enough. But anyway, so now I'm 125 feet behind that boat. In an area where I believe there are fish. I've seen some on the finder. So all I do is I now take this bait and I work it just exactly like I do a normal glide bait when I throw it. But doing it this way, you can get 150 feet or 200 feet or whatever you want away from the boat, and then you still can work your bait just exactly like you would if you had just cast it. If you've got 2 or 3 people in the boat, you can all let out a line and do this, and boy, I'll tell you, when you get the bites, it is just heart stopping. And so if I really want to do it right, I'm going to have this glide bait. I'm going to let my 2 glide baits out while either my big motor or my trolling motor's on, and get away from the boat, and then bring them in. So I hope that helps. Well, Clifford, what do you think about lake trout fishing?
It's easier than I thought.
So we've been fighting this fish for about 5 minutes now, and it just keeps taking line out. Let me kind of see where we're at here.
He's not tired yet.
Oh, he's not tired at all. We're at 100 feet, and when he takes a run, he takes a run to 80 feet. He takes 80 feet of line when he starts running. Looking good to me. 60. Yeah, just keep telling me. See, now we always look for bubbles when they've been down deep and they come up.
Yes.
Coming.
36, 35.
Yeah. Keep a coming.
$30.
Uh-huh.
Get the net.
I do, but he's not ready quite yet. I haven't gotten to see him. Oh, there he is. He's a good fish. He's a really good fish. I'd say he's a fine fish. There you go, my boy. Look at that fish for you. Okay, so we just bring it up. Oh my gosh, 33.5. We'll just let her sit there and rest and get ready to go, and she'll let us know kind of when she's ready. But let me just see it right there. I've got that. I can just, what a beautiful fish. Thanks again for watching another episode of Don Allphin on Fishing. Today we've been talking everything glide bait, and I want to let you know that I've discovered probably just this year between 10 and 15 different spots around the lake that hold large lake trout in the springtime, and I'm positive in other times of the year. There are reasons that these lake trout come shallow. A lot of times it's to feed on the newly stocked rainbows or some of the other species, the cutthroats and even the kokanee. And basically what I've been doing is I've been casting and retrieving S-Wavers, J13 Rapalas, some other, a few other kinds of lures, but basically River2Sea 200 series S-Wavers are the ones that I've really liked. And it's just been so great to be able to literally cast a lure like that, and bring that in and watch that lure glide back and forth and watch those fish come up and take it off the surface. And I hope that I was able to show you. It's not really tough to show you the full hook set and the reeling in, especially when I'm by myself, and also because it's such a specialty kind of bite that these fish get on, and sometimes it takes 20 minutes to get them in. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes to get them in. It's really tough to film a video showing you that, but you don't need downriggers to catch large lake trout during the times that these fish come up shallow. So my advice to you is get yourself a few glide baits and get out here and do some experimenting. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised what great fish there are in this lake. Subscribe to the channel. I guess I need to probably tell you that I'm using 14-pound test Vicious Monofilament, and I bought a few of these Okuma Magda reels that hold almost 1,000 feet of line, which is a lot better than my bait casters that I've been using that you saw in the original glide baits, because they just don't hold enough line for me to get a 35-pound fish on and be able to play it. So, but I still, and then these are just some specialty rods. I happen to, the couple of rods that I use mostly are custom built rods by Hell's Canyon Rod Manufacturing up in Idaho. And I just happened to win them for catching big fish in tournaments, and I didn't know any other way to use them other than just putting them on the wall, so I've put them to use doing this. So once again, thanks again for watching.